qui e 15 dice vabbè, io non vado ora, cioè. C'ero con le presentazioni come ieri, noiose, ecco. Per ora gioco un po' in rank delle dot, comunque c'è. Questo è live, non stop. Ma, stop. Dio. Ma? Raga però, cioè in realtà proprio zero pump forti, cioè tutti questi pump schifosi. Poi non però, almeno per il tac verde, cioè, boh, io non lo so. Ma cosa tolgono il pompa di Cerbero e il pompa di nonno? Ma cosa tolgono? Ma cosa gli tolgono? Io non ho parole. Vabbè. Non sono a platino 1. Beh, ottimo. Ah, dopo guarderai anche te l'FNCS. Visto che oggi è il grande giorno. Ah, lo guardi anche te? La guardi anche te, papi? Perché dai? Oggi chi gioca? 98, no, 10 sono 10. Oggi alle 24. Attention. La Spagna. La Spagna colpisce ancora. Spagna e Turchia oggi alle... Oddio. Alle 8:45. E Spagna, Bulgaria, Spagna e Turchia ancora. Ma io spero che la Spagna vinca il mondiale. Cioè io non so perché. Ma io sto con la Spagna per il mondiale. Mi dispiace però sto con la Spagna per il mondiale. C'è la linea Malle, non... C'è la linea Malle più forte del mondo, secondo me. Può battere il Ronaldo o Messi nel mio alto. Non tranquillamente, difficilmente, però secondo me li potrebbe battere. Poi sta roba con tutto il cazzo sì. Tutto... Oddio la mamut. Raga, ho fatto 2 kill di seguito con la mamut. Cioè, sto ammazzando un minare assurdo. Con la mamut sono andata poi 2 volte trovo l'altro, assurdo. Guarda quella. Ho pompata. No, oddio, ma... What? Ma hanno detto che non c'era più. Ma l'hanno rimesso, ma li hanno rimessi. Ma che cavolo. Oppure c'erano, boh, io non lo so. Forse era un bug, ma per forza era un bug. Quindi li hanno rimessi. No, ma basta. Ma sempre su di me. Lasciatemi in pace. Manco una chiave. Ma manco... no. Sempre su di me mi devono venire. Sempre su di me, cioè anche la scorsa partita i bro erano su di me. Cioè, non so, No, se vi lasciano. Non mi interessa, lasciami in pace. Tutti col pump tranne io. Vabbè. Aspetta. Non speriamo la cazzo. Te l'ho detto. Perché non perdono danno? Quello devastato. Lo vado a pushare. Per le carte, non ce l'ho là. Che brutta mira. Ma dammi uno stillato. Ma che infame. Non capivo che persone. Ma io non lo so. Se finito di... Beh. Sinceramente boh, con solo armi, con solo casse rare. E nessuno, cioè raga, non c'è nessuna cassa normale, cioè. Le roba delle finché. No, basta. Quel mio telefono. Chiaro, mammi. Così. Io sono in partita ora. Non so avanti. Ma tosci. No, io. Ma ne ho una mano. Cosa vuoi? Dimmi. Sì, sei qui. Niente. Sì, c'è figa. Perché grazie? Se questa partita non faccio almeno una kill io vado nelle FNCS, non me ne frega più, non mi interessa. Io vorrei anche vedere un G cosa c'è. Uno per me, grazie. Cioè era il tutorial, that è impossible. Io andiamo comunque. Le 4, 6, ottimo, ottimo, ottimo. Io da pushare. Pure il telefono. Niente, a mia non vuole proprio venire. Io voglio cade viene perché se vi vuole, lo vuole, non. Ecco. Il pump che volevo proprio trovare. Speravo. Trovare. Ottimo. Non mi dà, sto veramente bellissimo. Ma è peccato per l'armi mitiche. Si trova, non si trova, non so. Cazzo, per armi mitiche o addosso. Io non so, ok. Ma questo loot è OP. Non posso morire però. Non so. Dai, ho perso lo spazio, la mammut! No, io a quel player lo voglio denunciare. Quel player fa schifo. No, io non ce la faccio più però. Io non ce la faccio più. Io non ce la faccio più con queste partite del cavolo. Sì, vabbè, ma no. Non ho mai visto partite così difficili in vita mia, cioè. E sono a platina 1, ma dimmi te. Perché io non lo so. No, grazie. Cioè raga, non so che sfortuna sia questo. Ancora? Ho il vampo fucile. Vabbè. Sì, vabbè. Cioè, vabbè. Non gioco mai più le... Cioè, no, gli boh. Però anche l'ho fatto. Ah. Ma gioca. Basta, non giochi più a Brawl Stars. Mm. Mmm. Mmm. Cosa? Vabbè, io vado. In OG, cioè, non so cosa sia in OG. Se aprirsi in battle non sarebbe male. Dopo vado in OG. Dopo vado nella FNCS. Anzi, prima faccio una partita in blitz, dopo vado su dai.
Eu depois, não sabia tomar uma foto, depois de dar com o Breno, já não gosto. Daí sai zona de bar.
Sai?
Zona de bar.
Zona di bar.
Yeah, não sei.
Oh, mas não sei.
Já está aí, eu fiz a receita, vi não quantos dias já está.
Nada é pouco de...
Hã?
Não é pouco batom.
Não, vou
Sim, né?
Eu fiz em ciclo. Mas eu vi que...
Eu quanto não jogo aqui.
Eccomi legato. Ade. Non viene Ade. Non vuole venire, non vuole giocare con te, Sevi. Mami, Jesse fuck. Sì, dai male. Fammi fuck. A caso. No!
Oare când încercăm să dăm tocul din jos ca să faci?
Acestea cu coada spartă.
E nu pești de acolo. Nu! Nu, pune la loc. Are acolo în facturia lui. Pune ketchup, vrem ketchup, vreau. Nu, dai lui Maxi, nu pune mult, dai lui Maxi. Că după ce doare burta.
Eu am luat pe internet, nu?
Anzi,
N-am fatto sti faino, sti lag de...
anzi io vado direttamente a Legend Landing. Direttamente, no? Sì. Ottimo.
La cestinere,
Tutti i moduli da cerca.
unde?
Tutti i moduli dovevano essere contenuti entro il stesso, non credo in due.
Ah, il modulo costruzione, la costruzione. Nu, trebuie să fie pe post orar, nu știu eu, ce dai. Dar ia vedetă,
Watching some of their games because they just control the mid ground so easy. They even seem very, very comfortable
Right.
in that position as well.
I was speaking to Marius a little bit before as well. It was his first land, so you know, how's he feeling? All that sort of stuff before today.
Ci
He was saying,
siamo.
I don't think we can catch up Queasy, but we can give it a good go, right? They're going to try their very best, but he's not so confident in the fact they can get first place. But for them, I think it's just about continuing doing what they can do, let them do their thing, see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, they did such a great job yesterday. Would love to see them kind of continue through that. It kind of felt like towards the later half of the day, Marius was kind of unleashed, right? Kind of creating highlight reels all the way around. But, you know, obviously the end game is very, very important. So is the early game. Something to always keep in the back of their minds. This is where Peterbot's trio was initially going to land over at OXR, right?
Yeah, it was.
The change happened, right? And then, you know, Peterbot, Cold Ritual, they end up leaving. So they were meant to be contested all 5 games yesterday, but because of how things are kind of going for Cold Ritual and Peterbot Ospawn, they actually decided to come one game, something to potentially think about today as well.
Yeah, for sure, but it was very important that Vanya's team actually managed to win that Ospawn fight. I think if they went down there, things would look a lot differently for them throughout the rest of the day. But I mean, we can see it right here, the way they're able to play that sort of low ground section. We've seen them with that minigun as well be so valuable for them. And like you just mentioned, Vivid, Marius, wow, absolutely incredible performance towards the back end of yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, obviously doing very, very well. I love the strategy that they can end up implementing because it's like every single one of their games is very, very similar. They throw a launch pad down in the middle of their POI. They go land in the middle of 4th zone, so they're pretty much guaranteed the full 5th. And then they just do the classic within the meta right now. Use the Fizz, use the crash pads to go to every single one of the next zones. It's very, very clean, and it's very, very repeatable for the trio.
Okay, so if this trio wanted to try and strike first, right, what can they hope to do to try and catch up Queasy? I mean, Queasy's got a lead, right? But Queasy starts to play this out well. If he makes a mistake, this opens a big door for Vanya.
The problem is, Queasy and Mistake this weekend, they're kind of opposites, right? I've seen that happen from that team. So, you know, I think realistically for this team, they do have to play out their own game at the very beginning. I would be very surprised if they end up contesting Queasy in game number 1. I do not see that happening for this team in particular. They have to keep up doing what they're doing. They're performing very well in their own regard. So they have to be confident in their own end games. If by game 10, 11, 12, they start looking and thinking maybe this is our only option, maybe they'll have to go on over there, maybe third party them, land nearby. It's going to be tough for them, but like I said earlier, they just have to play their own game.
Man, oof, I'm excited. You guys got me amped up. Of course, we have a moment here. Why don't we check in with Vanya, see how he's doing? Frankie, over to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I am here with Vanya Boo Boo. And first of all, how do you have so much aura?
I mean, it's just M8 fans. It's not me.
Apri vai.
Maybe a bit
Sì,
of
ci
both.
siamo.
Let's talk about the game you're playing at the moment. Second on the leaderboard. A win is possible at the end of today.
A win
The
is
game
possible.
You're playing is one I don't associate with you with. The low ground. Tell me how you've started to adapt to things.
I mean, we tried to take the ground 2 games. And
Voglio vincere io quella coppa.
we just played from low ground, but we'll try something different today.
So maybe going for height again.
Yeah.
Très intéressant. Déjà, il dit que c'est les fans qui lui donnent beaucoup d'énergie. Et il parlait du low ground qui l'a beaucoup aidé. Ils ont joué 2 parties.
Ci risiamo col francese, no?
Vachement aimé, mais aujourd'hui, ils ont peut-être
Quindi François.
So today, what do you expect? Do you expect to do victory royals or more consistently things? You aim.
Io sono francese, io
Yeah,
non
we'll try
saprei.
to win like at least 3 games because we need to try to get like first place today, so we'll try our best.
Marius especially was really picking up momentum towards the end of the day yesterday. Are you feeling hot
Ma
to
tanto
go?
da si sa chi
Yeah,
vince.
we're so ready.
Queasy,
He is. Just look at Vanya's eyes.
Merstech e Sweezy.
You know, I am even more a fan of Vanya than I already was, and that was specifically because the M8 fans and them chanting Vanya Boo Boo. So I'm on board.
Poi
Whenever you guys
Peter
want
was
to chant that, you feel
23esimo, non
free.
si può.
Obviously, they're locked in. Right?
23esimo
It's
non si
interesting
può.
that he says we have to come out and win 3 games, right? I like that the ceiling or
Non
like
si
the
può
bar is
vedere,
not like,
perché-
oh, we just need to like be consistent. We need to do this. We need to do that. No. We need to do what Queasy did and win 3 games.
Yeah, I love that as well, right? Kind of standing up, hey, you're going to kind of play consistently, kind of do what you were kind of doing yesterday. It worked very, very well, put you in 2nd place. He's like, nah, we got to win 3 games. And I love the fact, you know, how can they do that? Do they go for the higher ground? I mean, I don't know.
I think they do. I think they have to take a few risks now. They've been playing very, very sort of low ground sort of play style, which is working very well for them. We know how good they are at height, right? So, you know, there is an opportunity for them to take it. Maybe if Queasy has a bad game, goes down early, they have to make that game count. And I think that's going to be the most crucial thing for them, is when Queasy's not in the lobby, they're not getting points. Vanya's team, they have to make points.
Of course, that was great and all, guys. I also want to talk about the trio that they're playing right now. Seti, Yabko, Panzer. Seti in 3rd place going into day number 2. Oh my gosh, could I be more excited? Of course, I'm
Exactly.
upset there's no NA in the top 3, but it's fine, don't worry about it. 6
Exactly.
games.
Exactly.
The trio looking very, very strong right now.
I love to see this because it
Terzo,
feels like, you know,
non
for both
toccare.
Cammy and Seti, of course, their names were just
Ma
synonymous
avrei.
together, and there was just a big question mark on how they were going to do when they actually split. Clearly, right now, actually for both of the trios, they were doing very, very well yesterday. Obviously, being in third place, performing a little bit better, is going to be Seti, but, you know, throw it all the way back to Invitational. That was so long ago, and the fact that Seti is still up here competing on the global stage and doing very, very well, just awesome to see.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would have had this team a little bit lower down on their predictions after day number 1 because they look at the drop map, they think, yep, contested, you know, they're going to get middle of the pack. And especially with Cammy and Seti's history, we sort of know that team is not the greatest off-spawn fighting team, so a lot of people had questions. Now, Cammy has split with Seti. How are things going to go for them off-spawn? And things have been going really, really well for them in terms of day number 1. So I'm really excited to see what this team can do next.
I mean, you want to talk about storylines, right? Yapko kind of coming in last globals to kind of be that sub-player, pick up a top 10 himself, kind of Seti scouting out that, like, whoa, wait a minute, that looks pretty good. How can you do that? Yeah, picking up a great piece of talent there, and then of course Panzer to fulfill the trio.
Team 7, com'è possibile? No,
Now, guys, of course, there's a little bit of an asterisk, right? These guys are contested. Now, it seems like it's working out so far, but if something were to kind of go in the opposite direction, it could spell disaster for the trio. I feel like based on what we've seen, that shouldn't be the case.
You know, I'm happy that you kind of talk about them being contested because, you know, me and Minnie kind of sat down last night, we were looking at the games, and it's very, very hard for us to catch everything that kind of happens in the other games. There's so much going on. But actually turns out, Seti, Yapko, and Panzer were only landed on 3 times by Aspect, Hazy, and Tinka, right? So it's kind of like this weird thing where it's like half the time they're going there, half the time they're not. Are they going to be contested today? Are they not?
Yeah, it's tough for them now. It's tough for Seti's team, right? Because of course Tinker's team, they were landing there a few times, then decided to go elsewhere, and it wasn't like 3 games on, 3 games off. It was sort of sprinkled around, right? They're going in different drop spots. So I think that does prepare Seti's team in a way, right? They're prepared for an uncontested and a contested situation, which they've been doing really, really well. But now I think it always begs the question of what is Tinker's team going to do now, day 2? They've been watching the VODs. They've been looking at what they're doing wrong. So could that throw a spanner in the works of Seti? Will we see that same performance? I certainly hope so, though, because they're doing really great.
Okay, of course, you pull some examples for us, Vivid. Kind of talking about the trio, maybe how they've rotated, because, you know, we're impressed by this performance.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing super, super well, and like Minnie mentioned, you know, of course, being contested. It was only in 3 of the games. They did, of course, win every single time it actually ended up happening. But I think the most impressive thing for this trio right now is the fact that they've been able to come up with a strat that actually works regardless of how the game kind of goes to them, right? They're contested, they do the same thing. They're uncontested, they do the same thing. The zone, the storm is covering Kappa Kappa Factory very, very early on. They do the same thing. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, one of these things that they do is, of course, they find these launch pads, right? These huge launch pads that can send you so far up in the sky. They actually place one down. They almost use it as a static launch pad, although it's not there on the map all the time. They find one, they chuck it in the middle of the POI, and then of course that gives them not only so much visibility, but also Tinker's team, when they're contesting them, one of them might dip, as we saw right here, Tinker do himself. Seti was able to then go on out, close that fight out, get all of that storm surge damage so effectively, and even go down here to farm a little bit more as well.
Yeah, now the specific strategy that they pretty much do, Seti is kind of just set off, go ahead and pick up as much loot as he possibly can, right? And he returns to that quote-unquote static launch pad that they kind of throw down in the middle of the POI. He usually will end up dropping all of his loot and then continue to go ahead and pick up more stuff.
Yeah, and Panzer does all of the surge damage up on this massive base right here. We see them shooting at Malibu right here, and this is a really important role for this trio because Panzer, remember, this is his first time on this stage, so big role for a player of that caliber. We know how good he is. He sort of burst onto the scene at the beginning of the year and is doing very well on LAN as well.
Of course, being the trio with the most storm damage taken as well, right? That's why we kind of talked about it, right? They will make sure that they pick up enough loot from all of the surrounding area, kind of using that launch pad. They don't mind delaying it because, again, they still have that launch pad to kind of flow in or fly into the zones. They've stayed in this game, this example, all the way until 4th, right? The launch pad's such an important part of their strategy, and so is just kind of hiding away in the storm.
Yeah, they get so much surge damage early. They're sitting inside the storm, getting all those heals. When it comes to the end game then, playing low ground, playing consistent, sort of back to what we used to see with Cammy and Seti when they were a duo, right? And even a trio as well. So it's great to see these guys playing. They seem to make the most of the games they make.
So cool, right? Thinking launchpad, we should probably save that to the end game, right? Changing up how you utilize that. Look at the advantage the trio's got. Now, of course, we do have Yapko standing by. Let's hear from him.
I am so glad that Yapko is back representing Europe and doing it in such fashion. Yapko, when you came back from North America and joined up with Panzer and Seti, did you expect your trio to do so well so quickly?
I'm not sure. We were last second trio. We had a lot of stuff to learn together about each other, and we managed to do it before FNCS and Globals, and now we're pretty good trio.
Well, you must have the chemistry because you're doing incredibly well off spawn at Kappa Kappa Factory. What do you think is going so right for you there?
We're putting a lot of time on practicing it.
Cos'è?
Ils ont eu beaucoup de choses à travailler quand ils se sont rejoints lorsqu'il est venu en Europe de l'Amérique du Nord. Ils ont fait beaucoup d'efforts là-dessus, ils se sont beaucoup entraînés aussi sur leur spawn. Et maintenant,
la lingua.
What is your experience because you're used to LAN? Do you think it helps you? I don't think it helps me, I don't think it gives me
Ma non potrei dire che sia a Roma così capisco anch'io.
So no pressure. No pressure, no pressure.
O in America o in nel Regno Unito oppure anche in Irlanda. Qui capisco anche l'inglese. Capisco anche un po' l'inglese. No studio qui.
So at the end of today, are you going to be lifting that trophy?
Hopefully.
Well, we will see. Let's head back to the desk.
Try to keep things calm, cool, and collected, right? Calling out, hey, I'm just treating this like every other final. That's a great mindset, right? Because things, again, we continue to talk about it with this type of crowd. Things are on another level of pressure. And I love that, I mean, he's kind of been under this pressure before. Mini, right? Game is 8.
Yeah, Game is 8, 2023, of course, ended up winning that event on LAN. Of course, different game mode, regardless, it doesn't make a difference, right? LAN is still the same sort of environment. So I think that definitely has a part to play now. He was leading very, very well on the first day of that. Now coming into
ma state zitti un attimo. Parte solo parlare.
I know he says it's the same. It's not the same. It's never going to be the same. It's good to have that mindset.
Yeah, I'm like thinking to myself, that's got to be a lie, right? There's no way he feels the exact same way about that. But I love the fact that he goes ahead and mentions, hey, listen, we're kind of a last-minute trio that kind of formed, right? We kind of tee up Globals. We're like, hey, listen, some of these trios, they've been playing together all year. They're going to be so experienced. They're going to be used to playing together. And then a team that kind of forms in the last second, right? Kind of buzzard beater, ends up doing this well, man. It's just awesome to see.
To think this is one of these three trios could be our global champions, right? They are fighting right now, tooth and nail. I'm almost curious, right? Is day 2, is this pressure going to be more? Are they feeling the stress of like, okay, everyone is looking at us in the top 3. Is that going to slow them down?
I don't know. You think eyes are really on the top 3, right? I feel like everybody kind of has the same sentiment. All eyes are on first place right now. How do we stop? How do we give ourselves kind of this best chance, which is kind of good when you think about it for Seti's trio. Hey, listen, the race is on, and all eyes on Queasy right now. They got to be feeling good.
Oh, man. High eyes right now are actually on this crowd, Vivid. We've got Frankie standing by. Why don't we hear from this crowd right now?
Est-ce que Lyon, vous pouvez vous mettre debout? Mettez-vous debout, parce qu'on va faire un maximum de bruit. On est bientôt à l'ouverture de la première partie. It's almost the beginning of the first games.
This is why I love this crowd. You ask them nicely to do something, and they do it, and they look so good as they do. Should we test their voices now?
Oh oui, est-ce qu'on peut tester votre voix parce qu'elle trouve que vous êtes très énergique? Est-ce qu'on peut prouver au monde entier qu'on a la meilleure communauté française au monde? Faites du bruit!
I love it. Okay then. Let's test out who they think is going to be raising the top flight trophy at the end of today. Lyon, vous en pensez quoi? Seti, Yapko, Panzer, va gagner! Well, they made noise.
Et alors, j'ai une question. Est-ce que vous pensez que Vania, Pixie et Marius vont gagner?
Ma cosa significa? Cioè, cosa significa? E i futuri campioni forse.
Whoever wins Joker, I have to say, I think they're never going to forget this crowd.
Clairement. personne ne va oublier ce moment, surtout pas les joueurs. Donc s'il vous plaît, faites un maximum de bruit.
Sì, parlate ancora in francese, vengo sotto casa. Cosa significa?
Thank you so much. I mean, guys, come on. This crowd is insane. How could we not be excited? How could we not be hyped? I do want to kind of, I guess we kind of have to call out something if we just want to take a look at these standings real quick. I want to bring those up. There's something missing from these standings. Yeah, I thought this was a global championship. I thought we'd have some NA representation.
Dude, my heart hurts, dude. It's looked so good for, you know, more than one NA team. And right now, I mean, 5th place, hey, shout out to Canada Rapid and Bolts because, you know, 267 points for them. They were kind of coming in pretty confident, and they were kind of like an underrated trio kind of coming in this. I actually predicted them to be top 5, so shout out to them.
Ecco, Api, guarda il trofeo, ce l'ho io il
I was
trofeo.
also thinking the same, right? Probably through a slightly different lens.
Guarda, ce l'ho io il trofeo. Ho rubato il trofeo, Papi. Guarda, ce l'ho dietro la mia schiena.
I think they were a little bit of a sleeper team. Absolutely, a lot of people didn't have them in that sort of top 5. I know you
I'm
did,
your
so
backpack.
mention that. Yeah. But I mean, you know, Acorn Poyers, Acorn Poyers, that's a new one. Acorn Poyer and Ages down there at Demon's Debris. I think they struggled a little bit early game trying to find that consistency, but they're a team that can pop off if they do.
Exactly, right? Still, you know, coming into this competition, I was like, hey, listen, everything looks so good for Acorn's trio. It looks like they're going to win it. Obviously, you know, the start has not been the best, but they're still pretty much in the same situation coming into day number 2. They're still uncontested at a very good POI.
Yep.
They can still do good. They can still pop up.
Oh, he almost scored.
And I spoke to Acorn at the hotel actually before day number 1. I said, are you the sort of person that gets nervous for these big events? Do you like to think about it? Do you like to stay out of the zone or in the zone? And he said it depends on how well prepared.
Non ha un black
If I'm not as
totale.
prepared, I'm not feeling as confident. I think they're going to be looking back at the games last night, being so prepared. So I'm expecting these guys to come out with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, un black.
Okay, I'm getting word. Frankie is standing by with some of our players in the player lounge right now. Frankie, rally the team, rally the troops.
Like North America right now. Well, you're sent in a British Zero Build player, or maybe you get Canada to do a pep talk. Do you want to try?
Right now, I'm in 5th
right
place for
now.
NAC. What place are you in right now?
I'm in 10th, looking rough. I don't know if we can do it, bro.
Well, I think I'm in like 8th or something, bro. I don't even know. It's just...
I'm just gonna have to lay on Queasy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It made on bottom, bro.
It's over, like.
Okay, so this is our game plan for NAC to come back today. I'm gonna win every single game today. 20 kills minimum. What are you gonna do?
We're gonna try to get the least amount of points as possible.
Sì, fra 20 kill in singolo
I'm gonna try to win too.
Stai
Like
chill,
him, but,
Canada.
I mean, Click's been kind of selling lately because like girlfriend's here and
It's
not really locked
impossible
in, you know,
to
not grinding, but it's fine.
That's not awesome, bro.
This is why you stay single, Canada.
I've been single. It's been rough, you know, it's whatever, but we're gonna lock in this day.
Alright, then you heard it here first. North America is locked in. Let's head back to the desk.
Levin, no. We got a plan, okay? NA is coming back stronger in day number 2, okay? All right, I don't want to hear it from the EU fans. We have a plan. Now we just execute on that plan, please, Vinny, please.
I mean, hey, listen, you talk about rallying the troops. We did get them all together, surprisingly, right? Yeah. A little bit of a round table right there. I don't know if that was very productive, though.
Yeah, what do we get out of that?
We got Canada's Seiko and Higgins trolling, talking about
Ah.
stop grinding, clicks and grinding. Angels is like, I'm just gonna get as least amount of points as possible.
And then Higgs is like, yeah, it's over. I want to see the confidence. Come on, NA, you know? It's your time. I mean, it's still, like, we've had half the games, right? We still have another half of the competition to go. This could completely flip. Everyone that did well on day number 1, they might not do so good on day number 2. The teams that didn't do so good on day number 1 might now do well on day number 2. So I want to see more confidence from NA.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a classic NA strategy, Mini Miner. Don't worry about it. It's our strategy to get in the minds of the EU folk and kind of like convince them that we're not going to do anything. You know, everything's fine. We're going to lose the game. Yeah, that's right.
Working well so far.
Back me up, baby. Back me up.
Yeah, exactly. That's all part of the plan.
I don't know. Anyway, I know what time it is. You guys want to start meeting the players. We need to get them on stage, get them on that battle bus so we can kick off the competition. So, Leon, give it up for your players.
Welcome back to Tayson, Chicho, and Adrian's. Being contestant is never easy, but if they make it on spawn, a victory royale is definitely in their sights.
It's Curly, Cooper, and Reed. Day 1 wasn't what anyone expected from them, but now a new day, they have a chance to prove they belong here.
Dropping in hot, it's Disco Striker and Canoe. With 2 top 5 finishes yesterday, it's clear they can hang with the best. But now it's time to be consistent.
Poland's pride, Big Star and Demas, from underdogs to top dogs. These guys earn everyone's respect, but now it's time to earn that trophy.
Leon, you have to get loud for Victor V, Paper, and Epic Whale. It's a new day, but these guys are looking to bring the same determination and then some in the race to the top.
All the way from Brazil, Gazetta, Way, and Scarpa. When they get knocked down, they pick themselves up and dust themselves off because a comeback is incoming.
Game 1 winners from day 1. It's Kanata, Rapid, and Bolts. We saw them pop off both in and out of game, and now it's time to run it right back.
Coming in hot, Seti, Yapko, and Panzer. From new team on the block to serious threats. They're just a few big games away from claiming that top spot.
They knew it'd never be easy, but Valor, Mansour, and Adapter had their work cut out for them. Let's see how they fare here in day 2.
The Wonders from Down Under, Anon, Alex, and Resigns. With an entire region supporting them, we'll look at these guys to climb up the ladder all day long.
Despite a tough opening, Koyo, Adrian, and Acorn ability to adapt, it's second to none. So never count these guys out because they're looking to break into the top.
First of all, please, Leon, can you show some appreciation for Havoc Picks? Oh, come on, Havoc fans. I know you can be louder than that. Havoc Picks, let's hear you! Okay, I'm going to come over now to Dom and Demas because you're currently in 4th on the leaderboard. You are uncontested, I should say. Do you think that's the reason why you're...
Perché voglio vedere anche il cubo Revit come si sposta. Chieda out che si sposta tra sentieri. No, dammelo. No, ma perché vuoi sempre il mio telefono? Hai televisore? Però io ovvio che sono un chat, quindi devo guardare il cuore come si sposta. Il maledetto cuore. Maledetto cuore. What? Alla 17 punto il primo game. Cosa fai? Dammi il telefono un attimo.
Ma am zis că facem caietele. Ți-am zis că mai târziu facem, hai să te bagi la joc, hai că terminăm imediat.
Un attimo, devo guardare. Faccio veloce.
Hai, fai închis, ca să mergem să...
No, non chiudo, il tengo aperto, ma...
Ok, hai.
Un attimo. Io non so esattamente quando potrebbe muoversi. Io ti dico quando vengo. Era circa le 55, non so. O anche prima del 50, non so. Boh, io non so quando. Dove sei? Kuborevi? Poi ritorno, raga, perché devo fare anche la roba qui. Per la scuola, con i quaderni. Il Kuborevi. Cos'è? No? Non lo vedo. Ragazzi, sono l'unico che non so dove è il Kuborevi. Dovrebbe essere qua da qualche parte. Eccolo lì. La ma ora dov'è? Oh. Come lontanissimo. Eccola. Si è mosso il bro. Si è mosso esattamente ora. Non dicevo di 3 minuti. Ma manco tempo di atterrare. Cioè, perché sono morto per primo, vabbè, non però. Anche poco, l'euro un euro. Acelerada. Ci risiamo di nuovo. Il Kuborevi l'ho visto comunque che si è mosso ora, quindi ora ho detto è infernale, oh. No, è possedelo. Oh no.
20 secondi, quindi dovrebbe flippare adesso perché ogni tanto parte in anticipo.
Dov'è? Vai. Ah, qui. Ah no, le 47 string. Ah, ecco perché. Sì, era giusto. Tra un'ora esatta c'è il prossimo film.
Acum pregătesc caiete, Maxi, da?
Tra un'ora c'è il prossimo clip. Per italiano non lo so, perché io non so che materie ho fatto, perché sono diverse le materie di italiano, perché c'è un italiano opposto, e quindi non lo so. 13 minuti il primo game.
Eh bien, mesdames et messieurs, nous sommes avec Hydrock, Camille et Chari. On va leur poser quelques petites questions. La première question qui me vient, the first question that comes to me, it's you're on the 9th position. So you're close to the top 5, closer to the top 5. So how will you bring your team to the top 5?
I think we just gotta follow the game plan like we did yesterday and made a couple changes. Just gotta make sure we don't have any 0-point games and just stay focused today.
And so you did a great job on consistency, because being top 10, top 9, it's already something very great. Do you feel confident for this second day?
Yeah, I mean, I feel as confident as I can be. I think we're just gonna do our job and try to perform the best we can.
Ils vont faire de leur mieux. Frankie, it's your time.
Merci, Shocker. Please let me introduce you to my new friends, Salco, Ark and School. This is their first ever Fortnite Global Championship and they're sitting in 12th, which is incredible, boys. How have you found the action so far?
It's been really fun. I'm proud. We're gonna get top 5 today and it's gonna be a beautiful experience.
Interesting. I'm loving the confidence. Where is this coming from?
We're just the best fighting team here, and any trail that runs into us will always just get wiped.
Okay, are you expecting teams to come running into you?
No, we're gonna be running into them.
Interesting. Okay, I can't wait to see you guys dropping from the battle bus today. Good luck, guys. I think, though, we need to hear some more support from the crowd. And Leon, would you like to meet your final teams?
Shadows, Rings, and Muzz. Even with the odds against them, this trio's got no problems with defeating expectations to finish with promising results.
The terror of EU, Flixie, Beto, and Vico. After day 1, they showed their potential with 1 win. Now they need to fully show out in order to steal that top spot.
It's a new day for Razzle, Raito, and Tay-Tay. And after having the night to review, maybe they'll bring some new results with it.
A warm welcome to Pablo, Prodoxy, and Chino. Being contested didn't stop them from getting a victory. Now they just need to continue to take matters in their own hands and win it all.
Watch out, Beanie, Matabuka, and Wax. With the heart of Leon behind them, it just might be all the motivation they need to kick things into overdrive for a strong finish.
Give it up for Chat Reason and Mr. Savage. With 3 games inside of the top 6, they've shown experience and firepower. But now to show the world what you got left.
Snowy, Ryu, and Zog put on quite the show yesterday with their constant box fighting. And if they add some good placements with it, then the Middle East might just be due for an upset.
The NA champs, Peter Bach, Cold, and Ritual. With their backs up against the wall, there's only one thing they can do. Take over the competition like they've done many times before.
Nothing to lose, but everything to gain. It's Kazi, Tinka, and Aspect. Looks can be deceiving, so don't sleep on some of Oshi's finest. They're ready to lock in.
It's Visuals, Braids, and a Minish. Even though things didn't go their way day 1, they're just a couple of games away from a comeback. It's now or never.
Ooh la la! It's Swizzy, Queasy, and Merstash! Their gameplay said everything, while their results wrote a new chapter in Fortnite history. This is your moment, so take it!
What do you think of the new look, Leon? I'm starting to feel like a professional Fortnite player, but actually now I need to talk to some Vico, 7th place right now on the leaderboard. Is a win still possible?
Yeah, I think like it's kind of hard, but 1% chance, 99% faith. I think Queasy's got this in the bag though, but nothing's impossible, you know?
You seem to be very nice about some of your fellow European teams, also the American ones. I saw you fist pumping some of the North American guys. Is it all love on this stage?
So I think no, it's not all love. There's 0 French players out this land. Keep booing me.
Okay, I might give him the sunglasses to put back on. Flixie, let me come to you because you do have top 5 experience from last year. And I want to know how you learned to go even further from last year to this year.
I mean, this year we played first in Globage in the first FNCS, so we know how to win and we're going to do it today, so yeah.
Well, I have a feeling these guys are going to start to really enjoy being the villains when they prove themselves in just a few moments. But for now, let's head to Choco.
Hello back. Cette fois-ci, je suis avec Fredoxy, Pablo Wingo et Gino. Ils ont gagné la dernière partie hier soir. You won the last game yesterday. How you feel? Because you are the last one who won a game and you come back. Are you proud of yourself and are you here with a good energy?
Yeah, I mean, we finally got to get loot off spawn and hopefully we can continue today winning a game.
Ils vont continuer de gagner aujourd'hui. So have you tried to change some things or have you moved anything in your plan, in your strategy?
Yeah, we viewed, of course, but I can't tell too much here.
So let's not speaking about it. Et mesdames et messieurs, la dernière question. Do you feel that the crowd is crazy in France?
No, I don't feel like they're against us, but they're definitely with their mate.
They are. Thank you very much. Let's go back to Frankie.
Thank you very much. I'm just getting visuals from Grace to stand up. And Minish, please, on your feet. You're in 22nd place, okay? We can't afford to have you rest on your laurels here. What's the plan?
I'm just locking in, you know, I'm getting in the flow state.
Just like leaning back in the flight chair. Yeah, that's properly locking in. And Minish, what's the plan?
We're landing on Queasy.
Oh, landing on the hive. That's a very tricky drop spot, though, Grace. It's an incredibly tricky drop spot, the hive, especially when you're up against the players who are at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, we have practiced it in the practice arena a little bit, so we should be able to do it good.
Visuals, I'm believing this is really going to happen. You're really going to drop at the hive today.
I guess you'll have to find out.
I think we will have to find out. One last time, please, Leon. Victory!
Let's be honest with ourselves for a moment. There's no way they're gonna land on Queasy. There's no way they're gonna land on Queasy, right? There's no way.
A little bit of farming going on. I'm pretty sure they did a good job of it, right? 2 minutes left to go before the game, and we'll actually see what happens. But a little buzzer beater right there, kind of getting that clip in.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a bit of mind games. I don't know. It's not like they're directly contesting them on the leaderboard, right? They're quite far behind. But for that team, you know, they're going to be trying to think about new strategies. What can we actually do to climb our way up in the standings? Because it's a team that we have, of course, seen throughout the year doing pretty well in NA, right? They haven't necessarily had a great season in terms of divisional cups. They haven't been performing so well, so their form coming into it, this Globals is not so great. But when it comes to this stage, anything can happen. You've got 6 games now. The world's your oyster.
Yeah, I want to call out Benno there. You know, love him or hate him, Benno is a character, bro. Got the walking out ice cold with the shades on, howling out, hey look, Boomy, there's no French trios here though. That's, you know, that's ice cold, Benno.
I mean, yeah, obviously Benno kind of walking out like that, right? A lot of the trios still seeming to be in high spirits, kind of, you know, Pete reminding everybody of the FNCS wins as he comes out as well. But I think there was one of those walkouts that stuck out more than all of the others, right? And it's going to be the last one, of course. The crowd giving its utmost loudest roar, I'm pretty sure, of the weekend so far for Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache, and they deserve it.
And they love it. They absolutely love it. They're playing to it. Their play style sort of panders to it as well, right? Playing that high ground play style, the way they can win games, they can have clutch moments. Even the fraggers, of course, doing exactly what they do best, just providing highlight reel after highlight reel. They're a great team to watch. So not only, of course, we have 2 players on M8, they're also just great entertainers as a team. And you can hear it. They absolutely love them. And for good reason.
Yeah, man, look at Sweezy. She's in there, man. I love to see this. I mean, guys, look, if we get any more victorials out of this trio today, I will lose my voice, and I feel like everyone in the stands will as well. Again, we could be looking at our new global champions. They have such a lead coming into today, and now we have to just hope whatever else is going on, that they're prepared. Maybe NA's dropping on them. I don't think so, but, you know, we just got to hope that they hold on strong.
I mean, yeah, they definitely have to, right? Globals, it's been a very rare occurrence for any of our winners who have 12 good teams. So far, they've had 6. If they can continue to do well, pick up those top 5s like they have done consistently so, yeah, nobody's going to be able to catch them. But like I already said, very unlikely that they won't have, you know, a bad game in the mix. And once they do, that's going to kind of open the gates for all of the other trios to kind of catch up.
I'm calling it right here. It's not a crazy prediction, I'll be honest. Queasy game 1 win. They're doing it. It's such a Queasy thing to do. Looking at the VODs, making sure they're adapting to the lobby, coming out of the gate strong. It's such a Queasy, Swizzy and Mustache thing to do. They're playing it so well. They might have trouble later on down the line. I think a lot more teams, we see a lot, quite often in Fortnite tournaments, they need to try and boost their way up in the standings for their own good. So they might try and take height. But that first game, keep an eye on it.
Okay, all right, listen, I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I'm going to say Kanata is going to come back, win 3 more games today, because that's what he personally told me. I'm going to win 4 at LAN. So I got to believe in NA. We're making a resurgence, okay? Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years, okay? Everything's all good to go. But you heard that sound. The battle bus is ready. 6 games here. Championship Sunday. After this, we will know who the new global champions are. It's game time!
Almost a year in the making just to get to this global championship. 3 different majors. So much heartbreak, emotion, and passion going into this moment. An 185-point lead for Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache. It's going to take everything that these players have just to take them down, let alone steal away that top spot.
It's always going to be a battle of mental fortitude, though, in a 2-day format, Jacob. And with a whole night to review, I'm expecting to see a lot of adaptations at Pixie. Already feeling a little bit of pressure. Tags applied from a distance, but this is what it's really all about. Rangers ruin for Noxy. Pablo's already down for Noxy with the sweeper. He's trying to see if he can wrap around, provide a little bit of supportive measures. Atrix is going to fall. This could be everything right now, but Gino, he's trying to wrap around. Gino knows we might as well just finish this elimination off. We don't want to allow any kind of revive opportunity. 2 eliminations locked in, though, with Tayson having fallen to Chicho. Chicho barely standing, but it's all for Noxy, Pablo, and Gino to win it out. Now let's see what they're really about for these end games.
And this time around, versus so many other games, they finished this fight rather quickly, minimizing the chance of any third party coming over. And you know, I know, and I think the world is on notice now. When Prodoxy is able to get off spawn, he goes on runs.
Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache. A little bit of rumblings taking place all throughout the course of the early morning hours, and even leading into this morning inside the player practice room. You heard the possibilities. Maybe Queasy gets contested, but that's not going to be the case, at least not for Game 7. Same scenario taking place for Higgs, Iamzo, and Clicks. And keep in mind, Jacob, these guys are still well within striking range of top 5.
Yeah, 8th place basically to end the day yesterday, and that's kind of building momentum, building confidence. These guys have all played on the global stage before. They just need to go ahead and channel it. This is day 2, the last chance, 6 games. They just have to leave no regrets left on that table, just like this team here. Contested, uncontested, they made it work no matter what went their way from the Kappa factory, and now they are just a few big games away from potentially taking a second or even a first place spot, depending how Swizzy, Quizzy, and Mustache continue to perform throughout the day.
And while being uncontested is a likely ideal for Seti Panzer and Yapko, it does force them to have to revisit where is our search strategy going to come into play. They're not the only ones that have had to take those instances and just rewrite how they want to work it through. Dark Demon's Picks, on the other hand, just lurking, waiting, farming, an epic whale with a dastardly plan.
You said it yourself, lurking, but from one team to another, you're kind of seeing the change up of strategies. Instead of finding out over at Dystopia, it looks like Epic, Paper, and Victor V are ready to make moves. 72 points after day number 1 is a hole that they didn't even expect themselves to be in, especially to start the day. It was Victor V that stopped the momentum from building from Peterbot himself by taking him out in a crucial 1v1 to save Epic Well because he was down.
It actually looks like Epic Well, Paper, and Victor V might have visited that bird a little bit too late. iDrop and Co. likely already stripped most of the metal here, and it's just the scraps left behind. Paper, Victor V, and Epic, they didn't exactly have the most primed up loadouts, so they gotta be really wary of that team on Shining Span.